it is a brand new year, and it's also a brand new Soul Tie Saturdays. Thank you for being here with us on today, our viewing audience. My name is Karla Townsend. I am your host, also your author, and I am with my beautiful co-host, Yvette Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and we are here today. We have a wonderful show for you on today. And if you remember, we taped a show about a year ago, around this time, called Mentality. And we had some guests, of course they were men, and what we did per se, we kind of had the men to tell us what women should know about them. Well, we don't want to get it twisted, and we don't want to let them just think that we don't have nothing to say.
Exactly.
So this show today is going to be the ideal man, what men need to know about women. And we have here beautiful guests that are with
welcome
us.
Our guests.
We have with us Shannon Utley, and we also have with us Miss Tanya Allen. And they are going to be with us today, and we're gonna have a little brunch. We're gonna have some mimosas. So don't hate on us today. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Y'all know me by now.
And we're gonna talk.
Y'all know me. We're gonna be comfortable. We're gonna eat some food. And no, we're not gonna get drunk. They're not all that, but you know what I'm saying. And don't judge us, judge yourself. But before we get started, we do want you to share. We want you to like. Also subscribe to our pages. We want you to go to Soul Tie Saturdays and subscribe. We also want you to go to our Facebook page, Breaking Unrighteous Soul Ties, and then go to our Instagram page, Breaking Chains and the number 9. So we want you to share, we want you to like, we want you to subscribe. And ladies, get your mothers, your daughters. We want you to get your friends, your aunties, who, I don't care if it's a grandma. Get them all, cause
Pookie and them.
And also, if you are with a significant other and they sometimes don't understand you, bring them on. Bring the man with you, okay? Let them see the show, cause they need to know about you. We're not speaking about everything about women, but the generalization of what women expect men to know about them. So we're going to get started on today, and we're going to have our guests not just introduce themselves, but tell a little bit about themselves. So we'll start with you, Miss Shannon.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Shannon. A little bit about me. I'm a single Christian girl who loves the Lord. Amen.
Yay.
Glory to God.
All right.
I also am a daycare teacher, so I'm with your little ones. I'm also a worship leader and a youth leader as well. I'm just so excited to be here with Miss Yvette and my auntie Karla over there. So excited. So let's get it started.
All right. And Miss Tanya, come on with it.
My name is Tanya Allen, and I've been divorced for over 20 years now. Can you hear me better? Okay. And so, you know, I'm not newly single, but I've been out here, and I'm hoping that, you know, the conversations that we have here today will help enlighten different women in all walks of life, from the young to the old.
Yes.
And I'm just glad to be here to be a part of it.
All right.
Something she didn't say, y'all. Y'all might be able to catch it already, but that's my sister. She didn't tell that, but that is my baby sister, actually.
All right.
So I'm glad for her to be here today.
Come on, baby sis. Okay. So what we're doing is keeping it all in the family.
Amen.
But we also wanted to give different views, not just from Generation X, but we also wanted to bring in a millennial as well, so that we can get different viewpoints. And of course, we have single, we have married, and we have divorced. So each one of us brings something to the table, and what we we experienced and also something that we're looking for. Because still we are looking. And what are we looking for? We are searching and still searching for one word, and that is love.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get started with this discussion, and we're going to start with Yvette. Because Yvette, you brought up a good point when we had a talk this week. You said you read an article about what Christian women were looking for in a man. Could you tell us a little bit about that briefly?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I read this article, and I can't cite it right now, but one of the things that it brought out was that women are looking for loyalty, they're looking for security, they're looking for, bravery was a word that was used in what they're looking for in a man, and someone who has good communication skills and is self-aware. And I thought, wow, wow. That word self-aware was what really caught my attention, because I think that sometimes, even as women, we can be going through life and not really be in touch with ourselves and being self-aware, because our emotional intelligence basically governs how we act and how we treat other people. So, that self-awareness, loyalty, communication, security is what Christian women we're talking about they are looking for in a man.
Okay, well, let's go here as far as Christian women. And I want to also just say all women.
Right?
Right.
Not just Christian women, but all women are looking for those common factors, those denominators in a man. However, before we even get to what this ideal man looks like to all of us, or what we perceive him to be, before we get infatuated, because some of you infatuated with someone that is not yours.
Oh,
Well,
I'm just saying. I'll do that from time to time. Y'all follow me. Y'all know what I do.
Okay, she going now.
So, yeah, I'm going there today. So, we want to talk about what are the things that you expect a man to have. We know that some of you all may be in a relationship, may be married. And it doesn't matter if you're married. There may be women married, men married, and you're still missing something in that relationship.
Well,
So, don't matter if you're married, it don't matter if you're single, don't matter if you're divorced. So what we want to talk about, what are women really wanting from a man? What are they looking for, whether they're single, married, whatever. Don't matter what, if white, black, Scythian, Greek, whatever.
Wow.
What are, I'm gonna start off.
okay.
Now, I don't need a project, that's one.
Oh,
I don't need a project. Don't come here and try to woo me with a bunch of sayings and you are about nothing.
Oh, no.
Just don't do it.
That right there.
I don't need a project. Don't be asking me for stuff. Baby, you know me nothing.
okay, Karla.
She went in real quick.
Oh, yeah, she
She went in real quick. Okay.
Baby, okay.
I don't get paid until, but you just took me, who were you borrowing money from to take me out to all these other places?
Oh, God.
Cult.
Speak on it.
I don't need a project once you think you got me. Which, we're going to discuss that, because if you are in that particular situation, you gave too much information to him at the beginning, and he knew exactly what to do just to get you where he wanted you to be. So we're going to talk about that too. So I personally don't want a project. I am creative, but I did not make you. You need to get before the Lord and let the Lord deal with you. Because I do not want to deal with your isms, schisms, and all the things that you haven't dealt with from past to present, and I don't want to be your mom.
Oh,
Okay.
I felt that one.
I'm sorry. Did I go too deep?
No, you went there. You went there. That's all right.
listen though. Okay, so that is, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Karla, when you're speaking because we're more seasoned. We're in a different place in our life, and we're more seasoned because you're speaking out of experience that you've had in the past, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I want to hear what Shannon would say right now as a young woman, a millennial who is single. What are some things that you would want a man to know that is your expectation?
Honestly, what my auntie just laid out there, that exact same thing. Also, with that, I want you to be able to pursue me, prioritize, provide, and protect. The 4 Ps.
Come on.
So,
Give them again to the people in the back that didn't hear it.
I might have to take notes because I'm married and everything, but I might need to write that down.
Pursue.
prioritize, protect,
Protect.
and provide.
Come on.
Okay?
Have some money.
Okay, so
Well-
pursue me. Like, even when you have me, say for instance, I'm single now, but when I get married,
The 4 Ps.
when I get married, you can still pursue me, still take me out, still wine and dine me. Let's do for each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing for prioritize. Yeah, family is there. I love it. You love your mama. We might not like each other. Amen. But prioritize me. Let me know that, I am one of the first things that you think about. Let me know that I am number one. Because when I marry you, I am number one. That's biblical right there. Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody sip your tea.
God first, my wife, children, everybody else come next.
I like that. I like you.
I like you too. And then protect me physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Cover.
Mentally. Cover me.
Cover.
Me. And I will do the same for you. And provide it. If you can't provide for your family, then what are you doing? What are you doing? If you can't provide, if you can't show me that you are a provider, there's no need for us to talk.
Oh, come on.
There's no need for us to communicate. And if you do all of those 4 Ps, submission will follow.
Well, hello.
Can I pass the collection plate? Because she just preached right here. Because them 4 Ps covered all those things that I listed.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 Ps. And she broke that down so eloquently. That is so good.
So, Miss Tanya, what were you going to add to that?
Honey, listen, I don't know about y'all, but there's a lot of men out here that are on Instagram that are talking, that are saying some of the same things that you said as far as the 3 Ps or the 4 Ps of what women need and some of the other stuff. So I find it very interesting that you see more men that are in the, I'm going to say the 35 to 45-ish range who are here doing podcasts, and they're talking about things that women have been looking for. They're opening up and being more honest about some of the things that they are experiencing or they're realizing that women need. Never have they been open like that before. But in the same point, like I said, they're saying those things about prioritizing, making sure that they give the woman the place that she deserves, protecting, being able to protect them, or making the woman feel protected in whatever part of the, whatever she needs to be protected in. And so I never really thought of it like that in that level. So it's different to see men actually opening and saying those things. Now the question is, don't just say it. Do it.
Right.
You got to be about it.
Right.
You can't, it's an action word. Love is an action word. You're prioritizing. You saying you're going to prioritize me and you prioritizing me is 2 different things. You got to show me. Show me the money.
Ooh.
Put your money where the mouth is.
That's it.
Show me the qual.
Yeah, so just saying it is not enough. You may know it, but you got to do something. You got to put it in action. You got to manifest those things. And they were talking about some of the things and realizing now that if they do those things, submission comes easy.
Yes.
And it's true.
It is.
If you're doing all those things that Shannon just said and lay it out, it's not a matter of a woman wanting to submit. She's going to openly and honestly submit because she's going to be safe. She's going to feel comfortable and she's going to be safe. The problem comes in is when we have women who have never experienced that. That everything they have is all the things that you said you don't want. That's what they've had. And so when a man comes and shows them that, or shows them some of those things, they don't know how to handle it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't, because it's not coming in the form that they were used to, so they kind of don't know how to handle it. He's trying to protect the best way he knows how. He's trying to provide the best way that he knows how, because let's be honest, he's not coming with $1 million estate behind him, or he's not coming as a millionaire to be able to protect you in those financial senses. So we as women also have to be open to understand and know what his protection or what their protection is. And if we don't know it, how are we going to accept it?
That's right.
If we don't know, we can't accept it.
So that comes to that part about being self-aware.
Yeah.
As women, you know, because of past experiences sometimes. Now, this is a woman talking. I've been married 32 years. Okay. I've been married 32 years, and I actually married my childhood sweetheart. So I have a kind of a different perspective. However, when she was going through this list, you know, pursue, prioritize, protect, and provide, man, you know, I can check 95% of these boxes, and the prioritize, protect, and provide part of it, I can clearly check all those off for my situation, my relationship, my marriage. But, you know, we can do some work in the pursuing part at this point. So we've been in the game a long time, 32 years. But, you know, I am amazed that, you know, as young as I was, and I remember when I was preparing to get married, I had people tell me, you're too young, you don't know what you're doing, blah, 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 it's not gonna work. I mean, at my wedding, saying these types of things, but to see ourselves 32 years later,
32
Still
years
standing.
later.
32 years later, by the grace and mercy of God, let me just tell y'all. Let me just tell y'all. Yes, we had a part to play in it, but I give God all the glory for it. But not even knowing at the time, I didn't even know to look for these things. I didn't know to look for someone who was going to prioritize me. I didn't know to look for someone who was going to protect me. I didn't know to look for someone who was going to provide. I didn't even know to look for those things. But Lord, I thank God how he did it.
Amen.
And I want to mention something here about the provision part. Women, don't get it twisted, because some of you gold diggers.
Well,
Okay? I know you want to be stable financially and all of that.
Yeah.
But just because we're saying provide, him being a provider, don't mean that he has to make the most money.
That's true.
Well,
That means he knows how to take care of business.
come on.
He knows how to pay the bills. He knows how to have order, so nothing won't default. And that's not just financially, but also emotionally.
right, right.
Don't be going out there and using what we're saying, and you sitting up here looking for somebody with a Maserati. Okay?
But you got shampoo taste.
Come on.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying, you got to be where you are to get what you want. You can't just
Say that again.
You got to be where you are to get what you want. I mean, you can't just say, well, I'm going from the projects to Beverly Hills. It don't work that way.
Okay. Well,
You have to be realistic. You have to understand where you are and where you want to go and your purpose and get there. Like you hear a lot of people saying, well, women, your husband can't find you at home. He can't. If you looking. Your husband can't find you at home. He gonna find me at home, 'cause I ain't looking for him. You understand what I'm saying?
She said he gonna find me at home.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're in
If he yours,
well,
right?
I'm gonna be at home because that's where I want to be. But I'm saying for women who want to be married, I've been married. For women who want to be married, for women who want to have those things with a male in their life, he ain't coming to your house knocking on your door. So you got to put yourself out there. So if you want a man to have these things, you got to go where those men are to have those things, and you got to be about it. You got to be on your way to doing those things, so he'll know. You just can't pop up and you the life of the party because you done dressed up for one night. You got one night's worth of playing. You playing make-believe.
Right.
Right. Because when he come home or when he walk you out to your car, your Cadillac can turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, Lord.
So then what?
So we can't, well, if I was out there, I'm not out there, but you can't, what you're saying is you can't go out there faking the funk.
No, you
faking
can't. No, you can't.
that you are in
You
a
can't
place
do
that
it.
you're not and expect that you're going to attract someone who's in the place that you're.
Exactly, because you're gonna get what you attracting. If you go to the club and you done spent all your money to go to the club, you got your nails done, your hair done, your pedicure, and you got your nice outfit and all that stuff, and you done about went broke and can't pay your bills for one night. You don't know who you're gonna see that night. What you gonna do the next weekend?
What you gonna do?
If you get paid every 2 weeks or you get paid once, what you gonna do? What you gonna bring to the table next weekend? And Tuesday your lights turned off.
Oh, Lord.
The thing about all of this is, women, before you even try to search, or first of all, you're not even supposed to search. That's not
I was
biblical.
getting ready to say that.
He that find it.
You supposed to be the one that find. And two,
That's fine.
let's go here. And we're gonna talk about the man, yeah, but women, you've given off the wrong signals. Because the man is not looking for a woman. He's not looking for a girl. He's looking for a wife. So you got to be wife material.
Okay.
Well,
I ain't.
And in order to be wife material,
Wait.
only one person can show you how to be a wife, and you got to know who you are.
Right.
You got to know the truth about you. You just can't, I want this, I want that. Again, I'm talking about these gold diggers out here, and they think somebody just gonna rescue them. Look, you need to know who you are. No man, they don't want no project either.
You better say it.
They don't want no project. You don't want one.
They don't want
Look,
one either.
and they don't want one. They don't want one. You need to know yourself. You need to be stable. You need to know what you will. You don't need to settle for anything. Just because he's cute don't mean he the one.
My Lord.
He could be ugly, but treat you like the queen you supposed to be. What I'm saying is you need to be wife material. And it takes time to be a wife. They're not looking for anybody. They'll have sex with anybody. They'll have sex with anybody. And if you giving it to him and you think, oh, he's gonna marry me, and he don't marry somebody, he been dating you the whole time, and then on another month, you see that his face, another woman in the paper, they getting married.
Karla, just go on. Get off my street, girl. Just get off the street.
she said, get off.
Get off.
I'm just saying, you've got to be wife material, and he's got to find you. You're supposed to be busy. That's another subject for another day.
Well,
Yeah.
Because in order for him to find you, you need to be already occupying, doing something.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be looking
that's
for
good.
him. I'm going on, because we got to talk about these men. See, y'all, we talking about these men. Y'all got me all, okay. Men, it is about you wanting to know about us. I want to throw out here one thing I can say, and all those P's. Women want you to understand them.
Right.
They want you to understand them. A lot of time, and let's get it right, men. Y'all act like y'all listen, but you don't.
they don't.
You don't listen. You in the room, but you are somewhere else. And then you want to know, why you acting like that? A man that is in tune with his woman will know her every move, know when she's upset. Even if she's not in his presence, if it's just a phone call,
Yeah.
he knows, oh, baby, everything all right.
Yeah.
You need to study that woman so well that you know how to bring her back in to to calm her down and to be what she needs to be. Because something might be going on wrong that day.
That's true.
You need to be able to be
That's good.
emotionally intelligent for her. Be in tune with her. Okay? Don't be acting like you are just gone somewhere. What you say? She needs to be understood. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing is too is that men need to realize we're not asking them to fix it.
That was my next thing.
We're not asking you to fix it. We're not asking you necessarily
good.
to even understand completely, because you can't. Just like we can't understand some things with men. We're just asking you to, we're verbalizing.
Yes.
We're verbalizing because we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you what we want, either in our words or our actions, and we want you to be understanding and receptive as much as you can, as much as lies within you.
Yes.
Some men don't have the mental capacity to go there, but a mature man will have the capacity.
Okay.
That's the word.
She said mature man.
A mature man would
A
have the
mature
capacity
man.
to be able to understand that, and he may ask the right questions, or he may put himself in a position of, well, just tell me, baby, what's wrong? You know I can't help, but just tell me. And so you like, okay, well, he's genuinely listening. He's prioritizing the fact that I'm feeling something,
Right.
or I'm feeling a certain way, and he's going to listen to me. Because a lot of times women, we want to marry our best friend. Well, sometimes that ain't going to always work. You know, everybody says, well, I want my husband to be my best friend. That may be okay too, but sometimes that don't work either. Because you can't tell your best friend everything.
Come on.
Your husband, you're not going to tell him things that you would talk to your female friends about. You still have to have a female relationship and confidant that you have. But when it comes to other things, we still want to feel like we can go to our spouse or our mate or our partner and be able to discuss some of those things with them, and we work towards that. We ain't asking you to fix it. We want you to hear. If it's something that you want to do, we want you to help us. We want to be able to go on that journey to get there. And we don't want you to be like, oh, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to do it. No, we didn't ask you that.
Yep.
We want you to, to listen and see if this is something that we are having the same goal towards, so we can work towards and build. Because I say that for me is because, and I think I shared this with Yvette, and I've said this to my mom or other people, is that at my age, I'm not at an age where I want to build anything. What ain't built ain't gonna get built. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to build to buy the house and the mansion. I'm not trying to build a lot of things. So I don't have that type of goal in my life. I am where I am. I'm gonna be where I am. I'm gonna try to accept you where you are, and we're gonna go from there. That's it. I don't need a Build-A-Bear.
What she's saying is, you need to be one that can come in and enhance what's already there. If you don't have that capability, she don't want to deal with you.
Don't even talk to me.
But I think that comes with when you're talking about with building relationships. When you meet someone and you're having those initial conversations, those are the types of conversations that need to be had, so that you can see whether or not it's even worth pursuing anything, because are we in the same place in life? I wouldn't, if I were dating, I wouldn't want to go and meet a man who is trying to build a family. I have my family.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to build another family. So I wouldn't necessarily want to get with someone who is trying to build a family and that type of thing. And vice versa,
Right.
so that takes communication.
It does.
Because, sometimes getting into relationships, getting a relationship started, you so caught up in just the person, their physical attractiveness and infatuation, that you're not having those healthy conversations to understand. And you look up 5 months down the road and, you find out, okay, when you start talking, finally, you find out that you're not even in the same place in life. You don't even want the same things. And so then that's, a time that has transpired that you could have communicated early on, and then you would know that, oh, we're just going to be really good friends because, we don't even have the same goals.
Yeah. Shannon, you've been quiet. Come on.
I was getting ready to say something. I was gonna say, with that, like, date me intentionally. Make sure that you are intentional
good.
about
That's good.
what it is that you want. With that comes, communicating effectively, so that we know, like, before we move forward, we know what we're about to do, what it is and what it ain't. We got to establish what it is that we're trying to pursue.
Yeah.
So, hey, date me intentionally. Let's be intentional about what we're doing and how we move forward.
I like what you're saying as far as dating, because a man needs to be intentional, especially, I need to know exactly what your intention is first. And I want to go back to something that the men had said about dating. I think Dominique was the one that meant that. During the dating, because we don't want to be dating forever.
Right.
Because dating is really an interview process. I'm interviewing you to see if you're up to par.
That's right.
And if I'm up to par.
Right.
And just in case, yes, I'm with it.
Okay, Karla.
But I am not looking for any and everybody. Don't come here acting crazy. Because one thing you're not going to do is play games.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Or
that's
waste
true.
time.
Or
That's
waste
true.
time.
You want to up here do everything you think I want, and then about 2 weeks later, you trying to put me on the back burner and you still messing with somebody. No, you take your trifling tail somewhere, because I'm going to find out anyhow.
Well, they say, the men on the podcast now are saying that men know within the first 60 days
They do.
or
I believe
earlier
that. They do.
whether or not, what their intentions are, whether or not they like you, whether or not you're wifey material. They know.
They already know.
Now, it's up to us to be able to tell and decipher the difference of stuff and not be so desperate that we realize what they're saying or not saying, how they're communicating or not communicating, so we'll know our position and where we are. So if you giving everything up, everything up,
Come on.
when you're giving everything up on the top end, but you're not getting some of those other things that you have, we need to step back and wait and hold some things back before we get there to do whatever. Because if you give him the goodies, but before you done found out what he, and I use goodies as a good
Yeah, that's a
word.
good word.
That's a good word.
If you let him in the cooker jar,
Come on.
then where else are you gonna go from there? You done let him in on day one, and then you're saying, well, he don't treat me like this, whatever. Well, how do you ain't give him nothing to work with? Make him earn it.
That's what the pursuit is about.
But that's what I'm saying. Men have this thing, and they'll tell you what they want, they will pursue. What they want, they will go after. They will make the availability. They will make it and prioritize you and do all those things, whatever. They don't want nothing easy. They don't want something that's just going to lay down all the time, whatever. That don't mean they won't take it. Karla said that earlier. That don't mean that they won't have sex with you. It don't mean that whatever. That's one of the things that I told my daughters. I tell them, listen, as long as it's good, he's going to keep coming back.
Yeah, he will.
He's going to keep, ain't no man going to turn it down if it's good.
Come on.
He gonna keep coming back.
Yes, he will.
He could go get married, he can go do whatever. If he make that phone call and do whatever and you say, yes, he's coming. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It goes both ways. They don't just turn that down. Now, we have to be strong enough to say, no, I don't want you. You in this, that's not what I want. That's where we need to come in at with some of the other things and say, hey, straight up saying what we are, and they'll say, well, we don't want to put a label on it. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't we want to put a label on it? You can tell me whether or not we are, at our age, I don't want no grown 50-year-old man telling me I'm his girlfriend.
Come on. You're not girlfriend material.
I don't want you to say that we just talking.
Come on.
I can talk to anybody.
Woo. That's what my phone for.
I don't want you sitting up here saying, say that we're exclusive. Say that, what I really like you and I want us to be together. I want us to work towards those things. Claim me as yours so I can claim you as mine. Because if I can't claim you as mine, you're going to get what you get. And don't be mad at me when I don't answer your phone calls, I don't answer your text messages, I don't make myself available because
You're not available.
You haven't
yourself.
identified what we are.
hello.
That's it.
Well,
And women,
I am your man. No, you ain't.
no, you're not. Women, make sure that you are pursuable.
Right.
Value yourself. Put place a value on you. Because if you don't, you will fall for anything and will be with anybody. Place a value on you. Don't be easy. If you are not, and I don't even know if that's a word or not, pursuable, but you got to be pursuable. The man loves to chase.
Yeah.
He loves to chase. Chase what? The prey. You the prey. You the one. You the award. You the prize. Be the prize. Don't give the prize. Let him earn the prize. I know that a lot of you are, well, that's old-fashioned talk. No, this is real talk. You sitting up here wanting somebody in your life. I want a man. I want to be married. No, you don't. You don't even talk like it. You don't act like it. You don't walk like it. You don't look like it. You don't look like. Don't even look.
Don't even love yourself.
Don't come on. Talk about loving yourself, Shannon.
Love yourself. Take yourself out on dates. That's what I've been doing.
That's what I do.
I'll go somewhere and I'll sit down. I'll order me something to drink, a nice little meal, and I will take myself out.
Come on.
That's it.
I will take myself out to the movies.
Yes.
I'll buy myself flowers. Love on yourself. Like, a man, if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love your man?
Ooh. And how you expect him to, because I'm going to tell you one thing, that's good.
Exactly.
Because a man know if you don't love you.
Exactly.
They do.
And they won't love you either. They'll get what they want, but they won't love you either.
Take
Oh, man.
advantage of you. And
Yeah.
we don't want that to happen. Learn to love yourself.
Yes.
That's
the
good.
word.
Come on. Come
That's
on,
good.
Nathan.
Listen, I'm learning, Auntie. Y'all done taught me some stuff.
That's one of the things I think, it's been some years ago, I had a conversation with somebody, a female friend of mine, and we were talking about different things, and they was like, or even women, just say, well, I keep attracting the same man, I keep doing the same. Well, all you're doing is relocating your situation. If you haven't changed and you haven't worked on the inside, if you haven't worked on what's going on with you, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing differently or not doing differently that I am attracting the same situation? And you can't just, say, well, okay, well, I'm gonna just up and move and whatever. No, because you're still taking it with you. And we were talking about, when she was saying about the soul ties, it led into some of the things I was talking about with a young lady, is that when you want to do something different, and when God comes into your life to help you change it, because some things you can't do on your own, God has to be the author of that. But if you're saying, I want to follow God, I'm doing the things, I want to take this, then you have to change some of those things.
Right.
For instance, you get saved, you give your life to Christ, and you're in a relationship. It's going to bring about some changes. A lot of women fear that because their man ain't where they at. And they be like, well, he's going to leave. Okay. And if he does,
Let him.
If he does, it's okay.
Okay.
But if you still come back home and you still in that same situation, and you in your own apartment, and you got that bed there, and you done had all these others there, them soul ties, you can't cut those connections, and you keep bringing new men into that bedroom doing the same thing over and over again, and tie them in. Men inject, they plug into. So you need to burn that mattress, get rid of that mattress, and start burn it.
Burn it.
Burn the
Get rid of them
mattress.
spirits.
Burn the mattress, get rid of it, and do something different. You can't just say, well, I'm going to change this, and don't do something different. You gotta actually go through the process of doing something different.
Right.
Same thing when I say when women, and that's what happens with us when we want to get married or we want to become somebody's wife. We've done all these things, and then we want to go have a wedding. That ain't. You done been a wife, or you doing wifely things if you cooking and cleaning, he at home with you,
that's a
living with
word.
you. You're already doing wifely duties. You're
That's a
already his
word.
wife. At least you're doing the part. Why do you need to have a wedding to justify that? And you want to have an elaborate wedding. No, I don't want to go to the Justice of the Peace. I don't want to go to the courthouse. Well, then you don't want to be married. You want a wedding. For who? Because I'll say this, I don't know, everybody's experiences may be a little bit different, but ain't no glory in being a wife.
Wait. I differ a little bit.
I mean, well, I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean, what I'm saying is.
I know what you're saying. It's not easy.
Being a wife is hard
It's
work.
not easy.
When you being a wife and a mother, if you're doing the job right, and when you're trying to be a wife, a mother, you're trying to keep your house, you're trying to keep your husband, you're trying to find time for yourself, you're trying to do all these other things that you have, it's not a pretty job.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna apply for, put on an application. I want to be somebody's wife, because that's hard work. And
But
when
people don't look at it like that.
They don't. They don't look at it that way. And so when you looking at some of those things of what you want, and somewhere or another you put marriage or put a wedding in there, you be like, oh, I want this. But then when you get in there, do you really? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? 32 years, you made the sacrifices. I got out at 7. Okay? So you're willing to make those sacrifices through better or worse, through, sicker or poor, richer or poor, sickness and health. You willing to go through those things. That's what a wife does. A girlfriend can up and leave. A significant other can up and leave when the things get rough or things don't go their way, because you haven't given us anything else for us to hold on to. But when you do the right way, when a man makes you his wife and he includes you and you build stuff together, it's hard to walk away from that.
We might have to do another show.
Yeah.
Because we are running out of time, women. And I had to stop it because we would go 2 hours on this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we might have to have you both back if you're willing
Yes.
to do another sit down, table talk or whatever, because I do believe not just that men need to know these things about women, but women, we need to work on ourselves.
Most
Yes.
definitely.
That's good.
Because that's what I'm hearing in this session today.
Yes.
That women, you're wanting some things, but you need to work on you.
Yep.
So
First and foremost.
I want to say this has been a great Soul Tie Saturday segment. Hoping our viewing audience also thinks that. Thank you, Tanya, for
Yes,
being
thank
here with us on today. You're phenomenal. Phenomenal. And
Yes.
Shannon,
Both of you.
Beautiful
wonderful,
spirit.
Wonderful.
wise young millennial. And kin to me.
4 P's. 4 P's.
Remember the 4 P's.
The 4 P's. Give the 4 P's again.
Pursue, prioritize, provide, and protect.
I love it. Love it.
I hope you took that note. And on this note, we want to let you know that we love you. We are praying for you. And women, we want you to place a value on yourself. Because whatever you bring in is because of who you already are.
That's
Well,
right.
That is just all. We can't say nothing no different.
Absolutely.
Put a value on yourself. Don't
Yeah.
settle for anything. Men, we haven't forgot about you because we don't want you to settle either. But it is time for us to say good day and goodbye on this segment. Remember, we are breaking chains to restore lives. We love you. Bless you.